Hello guys. Today we'll be giving the full countdown of the 50 richest countries in Africa 2025 by their GDP per capita. Watch and share. At number 53 we begin with South Sudan, a young oil-rich nation in East Africa with a GDP per capita of about $700. Next at number 52 is Burundi, a small East African country, recording a GDP per capita of $1,000. Moving on to number 51, we have the Central African Republic, CAR, a landlocked nation standing at $1,300 per capita. Occupying our 50th position is Mozambique, a southeastern African country, having a GDP per capita of $1,500. At number 49, we have Malawi, a landlocked country in southeastern Africa, with a GDP per capita of around $1,750. Proceeding to number 48 is the Democratic Republic of Congo, blessed with vast minerals with $1,800 per capita. Number 47 goes to Somalia. Located in the Horn of Africa with a long coastline along the Indian Ocean, having a GDP per capita of $1,850. Coming in at number 46 is Liberia, Africa's oldest republic country, with a GDP per capita of $1,900. Next at number 45, we have Madagascar, a large island off Africa's southeastern coast, with a GDP per capita of $1,970. At number 44, we have Niger, a large landlocked country in West Africa, maintaining a GDP per capita of about $2,000. Moving on to number 43 is Sudan, a Northeast African nation, recording a GDP per capita of $2,300. Next at number 42, we have Mali, a historic West African country once home to ancient empires, standing at $2,800 per capita. Occupying our 41st position is Burkina Faso, a landlocked country in West Africa known for its arts and culture, having a GDP per capita of $2,850. Counting down to number 40, we find Chad, a Central African nation blessed with oil reserves and a GDP per capita of $3,000. At number 39, we meet Guinea-Bissau, a small West African country, with a GDP per capita of $3,100. Next at number 38 sits Lesotho, a landlocked country completely surrounded by South Africa, posting a GDP per capita of $3,250. Proceeding to number 37, we have Togo, a narrow West African nation, with $3,300 per capita. Coming in at number 36 is Sierra Leone, a coastal country in West Africa, with a GDP per capita of $3,350. The Gambia takes our 35th spot, Africa's smallest mainland country famous for tourism and trade, recording a GDP per capita of $3,500. At number 34, we have Uganda, a landlocked country in East Africa, with a GDP per capita of $3,600. Moving on to number 3, we meet Rwanda, one of Africa's cleanest and fastest growing economies, standing at $3,800 per capita. Next at number 32, we have Comoros, a small island nation off Africa's east coast, maintaining a GDP per capita of $3,850. Occupying our 31st position is Ethiopia, a nation rich in history and culture, with a GDP per capita of $4,000. Coming in at number 30 is Tanzania, the East African country home to the famous Mount Kilimanjaro, having a GDP per capita of $4,100. At number 29, we have Zambia, a southern African country known for its copper production, posting a GDP per capita of $4,250. Progressing to number 28 is Guinea, a resource-rich country in West Africa, with a GDP per capita of $4,450. Next at number 27 is Benin, a West African country famous for its vibrant traditions, standing at $4,500 per capita. Counting down to number 26, we have Senegal, a coastal West African nation, maintaining a GDP per capita of $5,000. Zimbabwe occupies our 25th spot, a landlocked country in southern Africa, boasting a GDP per capita of $5,550. At number 24, we have Cameroon, a Central African country, with a GDP per capita of $6,200. Next at number 23 is Sao Tome and Principe, a small island nation in the Gulf of Guinea, standing at $6,200 per capita. Moving on to number 22, it's Congo, a nation rich in forests and natural resources, with a GDP per capita of $6,400. Occupying our 21st spot is Nigeria, Africa's most populous country and a major oil producer, posting a GDP per capita of $6,550. Coming in at number 20 is Kenya, the economic powerhouse of East Africa, with a GDP per capita of $7,000. At number 19, we have Ivory Coast, the world's largest cocoa producer, boasting a GDP per capita of $7,650. Next at number 18 is Ghana, a West African nation known for gold and cultural heritage, with a GDP per capita of $8,000. Moving forward to number 17, we have Mauritania, a North African country rich in iron ore, standing at $8,200 per capita. Occupying number 16 is Djibouti, a small yet strategic country in the Horn of Africa, maintaining a GDP per capita of $8,800. Angola holds our 15th spot, a southern African country blessed with oil wealth, having a GDP per capita of $10,000. At number 14, we have Morocco, a North African nation known for its colorful atmosphere, with a GDP per capita of $10,500. Coming in at number 13 is Cabo Verde, an island country in the central Atlantic Ocean, standing tall with $11,500 per capita. Next at number 12 is Namibia, a southern African country famed for its vast deserts, recording a GDP per capita of $11,800. At number 11, we have Eswatini, one of Africa's few remaining monarchies, boasting a GDP per capita of $13,000. Moving into the top 10, we meet with Tunisia, a North African country on the Mediterranean coast, having a GDP per capita of $14,300. At number 9 is Libya, a country rich in oil resources and history, with a GDP per capita of $15,000. Occupying our 8th position is South Africa, Africa's most industrialized nation, standing strong with $15,600 per capita. At number 7, we have Algeria, the largest country in Africa by land area, boasting a GDP per capita of $17,500. Next at number 6 is Botswana, a landlocked nation known for its diamonds and stable economy, with a GDP per capita of $19,000. Coming in at number 5 is Egypt, home to the Great Pyramids and the Nile, recording a GDP per capita of $20,750. At number 4, we have Equatorial Guinea, one of Africa's smallest yet wealthiest nations per person, with $21,000 per capita. Moving up to number 3 is Gabon, a Central African country rich in oil and timber, boasting a GDP per capita of $25,000. Taking the second spot is Seychelles, a stunning island nation in the Indian Ocean, with a GDP per capita of $31,000. And finally, at number 1, we have Mauritius, an island paradise in Africa's most prosperous nation per capita, standing proudly with $40,000 per person. Let us know which country you love the most in the comments section. Also do well to smash that beautiful red button and turn on the bell icon for more videos just like this one. See you in my next video. Goodbye.